Today, I'm going to break down what I consider the single biggest, most expensive mistake a construction firm can make on a federal job. And most people don't even realize it's happening while it's happening. It's not a design issue. It's not a bad estimate. It's not your subcontractors blowing the schedule. It's something much quieter and honestly way more dangerous. Micro delays and the construction firm's failure to document them every single day. Most people only pay attention to the big dramatic delays, the shutdowns, the design problems, the stuff everyone remembers, but that's not where the real financial damage happens. The real damage happens in the tiny hits you take all day long that nobody pays attention to. You lose 15 minutes waiting for Public Works to issue a permit. You lose an hour because access to the site isn't ready. You're stuck waiting because an inspector didn't show when they said they would. You're waiting on a utility clearance. You're waiting on someone to answer a question. You're waiting because the government changed the sequence on you at the last second. Or maybe you're waiting on a person who simply never shows up. None of that feels big in the moment, but it adds up. And the construction firm that doesn't write those delays down in real time loses 100% of the money those delays cost them. Let me give you a real example from one of my own projects, the Naval Air Station down in Belchast, Louisiana. On this job, we were doing pipe bursting. If you've never done pipe bursting, it's where you break the old underground pipe while pulling a brand new pipe into place, and you do it without having to excavate the entire roadway. It saves time, it saves money, and it keeps the base operational while you work. We were also rehabilitating the lift stations. A lift station is basically the heart of the sewer system. It's the pump station that pushes wastewater across the base when gravity can't do the job. If a lift station goes down, the whole base feels it. Now here's where the lesson really hits. Public Works delayed us nonstop. Permits were slow, responses were slow, clearances were slow, approvals were slow, nothing huge, nothing dramatic, just constant daily hits. 15 minutes waiting here, an hour there, half a day waiting for a signature, 2 more hours burned trying to get access to a work area, another day wasted waiting on a green light that should have taken 5 minutes. Most construction firms shrugged that off. We didn't. We documented every one of those hits. And when the job wrapped up, all those small delays added up into a delay claim of about $50,000. The contracting officer pushed back with the usual lines, "I don't see enough justification. These delays don't look significant. If this was really impacting you, why didn't you say something sooner?" So I elevated it to the ROICC, the resident officer in charge of construction, and the second he saw our timeline, our emails, our daily logs, the documented delays from Public Works and the inspectors, he didn't argue. He just paid it. The story was crystal clear. The micro delays were time-stamped. They were consistent. They matched the daily reports. They matched the email traffic. They matched the access logs. There was nothing left to debate, and that's the whole point. This is why construction firms lose money on federal jobs. They're living through delays they never bother to write down. And when it's time to justify an REA or a claim, the government uses that silence against them. When you submit an REA, the government isn't fighting your memory. They're fighting your paperwork. And if your paperwork is thin, they win automatically. Document everything, every delay, no matter how small. Put it in the daily report. Put it in the QCM report. Send a quick email to the COR. Timestamp everything. Tie each delay to something real. Labor impact, equipment standby, access issues, waiting time, permit holdups, on-site delays, whatever actually happened. Your daily documentation is how you build the timeline you'll need later, whether you know it or not. And every time you document a delay, use one simple line. Crew impacted for X hours due to government-caused delay, continuing under protest to mitigate schedule impact. Micro delays aren't small. They're the difference between getting paid what you earned and letting the government walk away with your money. I hope you learned something today that you can actually use out there in the real world of federal government construction. And I'm looking forward to showing you more of the strategies, the stories, and the behind-the-scenes realities that nobody else talks about, the things that help you win more, protect your company, and make more money on these federal jobs. I'll see you in the next one.